These are the people I'm going to present my topic to, and it's going to be workplace safety and hazards. Um, so my topic again is workplace safety and hazards. I actually work in a warehouse myself, so being that I work in a warehouse, I know a little bit about what goes on in some of these places. First and foremost, I'm going to actually talk about cleanliness. Cleanliness inside of a building creates a couple of hazards: tripping hazards, electrical hazards, fire hazards, things along those lines. It's actually very, very important to keep your work area clean. Um, Being that you're running around with some of these heavy machines, that you're walking around on the grounds, if things aren't clean, they actually cause trip hazards. We have a lot of pallets and big items inside of this building that I work in, so we can actually trip, twist our ankles, get some of these pieces of wood and shrink wrap wrapped inside some of these tires and cause these tires or cause these machines to malfunction, which can cause a big hazard not being able to stop. And again, being if we had a fire drill or something like that, if it's really dirty and you're actually blocking an exit, it actually causes a huge risk that you can't get out of the building in time if there is a fire. So you want to make sure that the work areas are clean all the time. Second, I want to talk about some of these machines that we use. These machines can range anywhere between 10 to 15,000 pounds a piece. I drive one that's called a clamp. They have arms that open really, really wide, and they close and grip onto the product, so we can actually set them down on pallets and transport them from point A to point B. These machines, they only go about 5.5 miles an hour. They can go a little faster and a little bit slower, but again, without keeping the areas clean, if something were to happen to one of these machines, there's about 12,000 pounds trying to come to a complete stop instantly is next to impossible. When they swing around, and they can actually cause a lot of damage, knock over racks, run into people, for the pedestrian walkways, things along those lines. Um, so being able to handle these machines appropriately is actually very, very important. They're very, very dangerous and they can cause a lot of damage. Second is proper lifting techniques. You can strain your backs, pull muscles, drop things on your foot if you're not picking up correctly. So you want to make sure whenever you're picking up some of these heavy, heavy products, because my building again is a heavy, bulky facility. So for instance, if I go to pick up a table that can weigh 300 pounds. Being able to pick that up by myself, I have to use what we call the TPS method, tilt, push, slide. So we have to be able to pull this product or push this product in a specific way where it's not damaging the product and we're not damaging our bodies. So we're bending at the waist and not our backs. We're actually holding on to things appropriately to set down on pallets for transportation. Also, we have a system called a conveyor system to get these products from the conveyors down a line into individual trucks for different airports like Allentown or Scranton Airport. So they actually sometimes have multiple people helping out with these products, so you don't have just one person. So two people could pick up one heavy table and put it onto the truck and bend it to the side of the truck so it doesn't cause any damage. Um, Another thing that people don't realize has a lot to do with safety inside of buildings is weather. You know, during the summer it gets very, very hot. During the wintertime it gets very, very cold. We'll have blizzards and we'll have lightning storms and things along those lines, tornadoes, things along those lines. So some of the things that we do to take care of those is during the wintertime we provide hand warmers, jackets. There's a 10-minute rotation going outside to check on these trucks, make sure these trucks are up in inspection, that the locking gates come down, so when we walk inside these trucks we're not stepping off and we're not causing any kind of damage to any of these products, and everything's going to be transported perfectly fine. During the summertime, we provide electrolyte drinks, popsicles, things along those lines, because working in the warehouse is really, really hot, and then even working in the trucks, loading these trucks with some of these products that are ordered online get to be even hotter. It's usually about 10 to 15 degree difference. So if it's 85 in the warehouse, it's about 100 to 105 inside of the truck. So you can cause heat stress, heat strokes, heat cramps, things along those lines. So you got to drink plenty of water to make sure that your body is staying hydrated and it doesn't cause your body to get cramped up. Um, we have specific attendance areas too in case of a tornado comes. We have a severe weather area. We all evacuate to this one specific area until the storm clears. Um, it's very hard to go over a lot of these risks and hazards that pertain to a warehouse building and some of the things that you could do to help take care of that. Another thing we actually have is called PPE, which is personal protective equipment, so gloves, glasses, piece of like sleeves to where you don't burn yourself on like boxes, rubbing your arms against some of these boxes don't cause burns and things along those lines. So PPE is a huge part of safety as well. Making sure things don't fall into your eyes and you don't get splinters or cuts on your hands with gloves. So a couple of areas that I went over is just like body strains, weather, proper lifting techniques, heavy equipment, things along those lines. I mean, again, it's kind of hard to go over in a lot of detail in such a short informational topic, but hopefully you did learn a little bit about workplace safety hazards and proper safety techniques. And again, thank you for coming out here and listening to me with my workplace safety topic. Thank you.